Hello my fellow Retromaniacs and welcome to Let's Read the Manual for Doom. So, yeah, I didn't have too many PC games that came with a manual. I think the only one was like Age of Empires, Age of Empires 2. You know, most of the games I played on PC were either shareware versions, then just like some pirated or copied versions. So yeah, it was very rare to have a box with a full manual intact. Yeah, I think Age of Empires and then Rise of Nations might be the only ones. Well, I also got like a local race driver and flat out, but I guess, you know, that was already the 2000s when the manuals were starting to become thinner and thinner, and you know, flat out wasn't even released on a big box format anymore. So yeah, but let's read this one. I don't know if there's like a manual for all PC games or especially DOS games. I don't think. Maybe was there even a boxed version for like Commander Keen series? No idea. Some of these like shareware games, I think, you know, they if you ordered the game, you only got the diskette. Like the developer himself usually just copied the discs, so there was no like official box or manual that you could even purchase. But I'm sure that Doom had a box, not that I've ever seen one. And this only has like 16 pages or something, so it's 13 pages, so it's very short manual. But you know, it's a simple game. You could just say, shoot everyone that moves. Please don't make illegal copies. The story so far. What do you mean so far? This is the first game. It's not Doom 2, which I'm planning to play at some point. You're a space marine, one of Earth's toughest, hardened in combat and trained for action. 3 years ago you assaulted a superior officer for ordering his soldiers to fire upon civilians. Oh wow, I didn't know about this backstory. I don't think they tell anything about the story in the game itself. I'm not quite sure. Maybe in there's like a readme text file. I don't know. He and his body cast were shipped to Pearl Harbor while you were transferred to Mars, home of the Union Aerospace Corporations. The UAC is a multiplanetary conglomerate with radioactive waste facilities on Mars, its 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos. I think it's like the moon. One of the sequels take place in Deimos. Was it like Doom 3 DLC? I'm not quite sure. Or maybe Doom 2. With no action for 50 million miles, your day consisted of sucking dust and watching restricted flicks in the rec room. For the last 4 years, the military, USA's biggest supplier, has used the remote facilities of Phobos and Deimos to conduct various secret projects, including research on interdimensional space travel. So far they have been able to open gateways between Phobos and Deimos, throwing a few catches in the one and watching them come out of the other. Recently, however, the gateways have grown dangerously unstable. Military volunteers entering them have either disappeared or being stricken with a strange form of insanity, babbling vulgarities, bludgeoning anything that breathes, and finally suffering an untimely death of full-body explosion. Matching heads with torsos to send home to the folks became a full-time job. Latest military reports state that the research is suffering a small setback, but everything is under control. Yeah, there's no mention of like Dr. Kruger here. I think Doom 3 really created or built up the story nicely, because you have a like villain, and you know, it tries to make more sense what's happening more than this one, you know. Although I'm not quite sure, was it ever explained like where do the hellish creatures come from? It's like it's portal to somewhere. It's like hell planet, but it's like another place somewhere in the universe. It's not literal hell. It's some just weird place. Obviously, it's like supernatural, so it's still not like a scientific explanation for everything, because those hellish characters, they obviously are supernatural and not something that could really exist. But yeah, I think Doom 3 is probably one of my favorite FPS games ever, because it's just so atmospheric and scary. And well done. A few hours ago, Mars received a garbled message from Phobos. As you can, these two moons of Mars, they are like very small, like 10 kilometers or something wide, so they couldn't be really like any bases there. Let me see actually how big is Phobos? What's the diameter? Because it's like just a rock, not a real like planet. Its diameter is yeah, it's just 20 kilometers wide. So yeah, you could perhaps walk on that. I don't know, I think it's so small that I don't know if there's even like gravity affecting. Probably if you try to land on that, you will just jump, you just fly into the space. There's probably no gravity whatsoever. But I'm not a scientist. Okay. We require immediate military support. Something fragging evil is coming out of the gateways. Computer systems have gone berserk. The rest was incoherent. Soon afterwards, Deimos simply vanished from the sky. Since then, attempts to establish contact with either moon have been unsuccessful. You and your buddies, the only combat troop for 50 million miles, were sent up pronto to Phobos. You were ordered to secure the perimeter of the base while the rest of the team went inside. For several hours, your radio picked up the sound of combat. Guns firing, men yelling orders, screams, bones cracking, then finally silence. Seems your buddies are dead. Okay, I didn't realize that the whole game takes place in Phobos and not actual Mars planet. But yeah, I think it's not very realistic depiction of Phobos, because like I said, gravity should be very low, and this you should just be able to see like black space and nothing else. But there's like puddles of water and something like lava and toxic waste, so I don't know. Well, it's just a video game, it doesn't have to be realistic. But I also like that in Doom 3 you have like other people. You're just not alone against the enemies, just like the Campbell and also what's the Swanson, and also Bravo team is like surviving quite long until they obviously are killed, but like most of the game, you know, you are not alone. There are other people still alive on Mars, even though it's not like you can like use their help. There's no like ally. But yeah, it's up to you. Things aren't looking too good. You'll never navigate off the planet on your own. Plus, all the heavy weapons have been taken by the assault team, leaving you with only a pistol. If only you could get your hands around a plasma rifle, or even a shotgun, or big fucking gun. You could take a few down on your way out. Whatever killed your buddies deserves a couple of pellets in the forehead. Securing your helmet, exits the landing pod. Hopefully you can find more substantial firepower somewhere within the station. As you walk through the main entrance of the base, you hear animal-like growls echoing throughout the distant corridors. They know you're here. There's no turning back now. In space, no one hear you scream. But yeah, it's like I said, these games like this one and Doom 3, it's just they're not even trying to be realistic. Like the enemies just teleport right where you are, and there's like endless supply of them, and it doesn't really make sense, you know. If they can't kill you, if a couple of enemies can't kill you, why they just don't teleport like 1,000 enemies on the room where you are? For sure, that would kill me. So it's almost like I'm playing a video game and they're not trying to be too hard. Because I don't think there's like there shouldn't be any rules of how many hellish creature can be like spawn right where I'm currently at, but no, for some reason only a few enemies spawn at one time, and they don't respawn unless of course you play Doom 1 in a hellish difficulty, then they respawn. Okay, that's the story. Then we got some installing instructions. Put disk 1 in your floppy disk drive. Object of the game. Shoot everything. Welcome to Doom, a lightning-fast virtual reality adventure where you're the toughest space trooper ever to suck vacuum. Hopefully not, because that would kill me. Your mission is to shoot your way through a monster-infested holocaust, living to tell the tale if possible. The gameplay for Doom is quite simple. This is not a cumbersome adventure game. Yeah, they know that most of the games for PC or DOS back in early 90s were like dungeon crawlers, RPG games. There were just so many of those that you know, it was the PC market was saturated with dungeon crawlers. So surely this was like a refreshing genre, and the Doom really was the first. Even though there was Wolfenstein 3D before it, Doom was the real like genre creator. It's just created a new genre of FPS games. Action on Slackathon. You don't need the reflexes of a hyperactive 8-year-old to win. Either using your wits is important. To escape Doom, you need both brains and the killer instinct. So yeah, they're really trying to sell this for like older players, even adults. You know, in the 90s, people thought that video games were all for like children. You know, Nintendo with Mario and Sega with Sonic. Yeah, video games are for kids. But no. But until like Doom, I think like, yeah, those dungeon crawlers were probably the only games that like adults used to play. I'm not saying that adults cannot enjoy Mario or Sonic, but the games that were designed for older players, they were quite scarce in the 80s and early 90s. Obviously nowadays it's a different thing, but yeah, I think you know, it was the same thing with like Mortal Kombat. It really like opened the gates for adult video game genres. You know, you can just make R-rated video games. That's okay. And obviously then we have Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, it's a groundbreaking game, Doom. Using the Doom menu. Game, load, quick save. F6. F9. Yeah, some games don't allow quick saving because by you know, spamming quick save is just almost like using save states or rewind, so it makes the game very easy. But you know, I'm a type of gamer that always try to avoid all damage if possible, so you know, if I get hit even twice, I usually just quick load to try to get past without getting hit. So yeah, for me, like these type of games that allow quick saving, I always my one finger is always on the quick save button, ready to save. And or every second. You know, there are players that don't really like do quick saving, and but you know, if they die, then they have to like start very far, so they lose a lot of progress. But I just try to minimize the risk of losing any progress, so I always save like after each enemy encounter. Read these order copies. But yeah, obviously this is such an old game that I have no idea if this was like sold on like regular stores or like supermarkets, I don't know. you know, you obviously you could like buy Nintendo and Sega games, but I don't know how much how big was the PC market in the early 90s. Obviously you could like mail order them, but were these games actually sold in like regular stores or department stores? I have no idea. Messages. Receive information. Okay. Traffic detail. Hi, if you're a slower computer. Oh, I didn't know about that. Screen size. Yeah, this smaller viewing area increases the smoothness of animation. Smaller systems. Which is quite annoying that, you know, some like versions don't allow changing the screen size. It's like fixed, which is annoying because it could help. Making it run faster, or if you don't mind the choppiness, then have a bigger screen. I think like Super NES version, it's like half of the screen is wasted because it cannot run on a full screen. Sound volume. If this affects, it depends on what settings you are doing. Like have a scroll sound canvas or ad lib. Sensitivity. Tip: save your game and save it often. When you die, you're back to the beginning of the level. Toting that little pistol again. That ain't good, especially after you progress to some of the tougher levels. Yeah, that's what I do. On-screen information. Main ammo. Health. Arms. Your mug. This portrait isn't just for looks. When you're hit, your face looks in the direction from which the damage came, telling you which direction to return fire. Wait, I didn't know about that. Because I thought that, you know, the animation just loops every time. Like looks left and right, and then center, but I didn't know that there's like some like hints system built in this profile picture. Also, as you take damage, you'll begin to look like a raw hamburger, shown to the left. Armor. Key cards. Ammo. The auto map. To help you find your way around Doom, you're equipped with an auto map device. By pressing the tab key, you replace your normal view with a top-down map of everything you've seen up to date. The white arrow represents you. It points in the direction you're looking. You can zoom in and out by pressing plus or minus. Press the number 0 to toggle between zoom and full view. To mark your location on the map, press M key. Oh! I didn't know that either. This will place a number over your location. To clear all the numbers on the map, press C key. Yeah, it's very important when you try to find all those secrets. You try to like look for hidden rooms or like spaces that could have something inside of them. Like if you see like empty space on the map encountered or circulated with some areas, it's very probable that there's something in the center. Using the arrow keys, you can move yourself while viewing the auto map. This is dangerous, since you can see the enemy while viewing the auto map. Yeah, that's why I usually only start looking the secrets once I have cleared all the enemies. Scroll the auto map without moving yourself to the follow on off the follow mode. Pressing the F key will toggle follow mode on and off. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, you learn new things by reading these manuals. And that's why I like to read these, because sometimes you read a manual that for a game that you have beaten, but then you find out that there was some like move or just some like ability or combo that you could do, but you never realized because you didn't have the manual. Like for example, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. You know, I think I played the whole game like a couple of times, and only recently I learned that there's like all kinds of combos with the weapons and shields and scrolls. I never knew about them. I never used any like those special attacks when I played the game for the first or the second time. So because you know, there's no like help menu or tutorial in the game, so you just have to figure all those things yourself or read from the manual. But that's the thing, that if you don't have the manual or just are not interested in reading it, you might miss some important things. Okay, walking, turning, running, strafe. Okay. If you're using a joystick, grab his PC gamepads, the third and fourth button. This can be used as a strafe and run button, respectively. Using a mouse, use button 1 to shoot, 2 to walk forward. Yeah, the WASD control scheme wasn't still a thing. Using WASD for moving. I'm not quite sure when it like became a norm. I think already like by Half-Life it was a norm, but in the early 90s it was often that you would use arrow keys for moving. And usually the game defaults for them and not WASD. Just walk over. You're smart and you know it if you need to take it. They're like almost like like blaming game developers who force you in their game to press a button to pick up things. I think those games actually suck because, you know, just picking up items shouldn't be made difficult. Locked doors. Hidden doors. Some doors are hidden. Many of these can be opened by finding a switch. In some cases you just need to walk up to the wall and press the space bar. If you found a secret door, it will open for you. There are clues that reveal a secret door. A wall that shifts down, or a different color, a flashing light on a wall, etc. What do you mean a wall that's shifted down? But yeah, I always like FPS games that have many like secrets, and I think many of these early 90s games are just great because you know, you can just kill the enemies and then like backtrack and try to find all the secrets without needing to you know, kill the enemies, so you just concentrate on finding the secrets. But you know, I think Redneck Rampage, I think it had like very nice secrets. It was full of secrets. I really enjoyed playing Redneck Rampage. It has great level design, a very complex one. But yeah, even these older games like Wolfenstein 3D, even that has many secrets, and they are very hard to find. To be honest, I usually don't find them, all of them. I usually just miss a couple of secrets, and then have to like check walkthroughs to find them. Elevators. Teleporters. Completing an area. At the end of a Doom area, exit chamber to mark the Doom. Achievement screen. Eternal life after death. If you die, you restart the level at the beginning with a pistol and some bullets. You have no lives limit. You can keep restarting the level as often as you were killed. The entire level is restarted from scratch too. Monsters you killed before are back again, just like you. Weapons. BFG 9000. Price of the military's arsenal. Great for clearing the room of those unwelcome guests. Shoot it and see it for yourself. Wait a second. There's no chainsaw. Oh, was there a chainsaw in Doom 1? I don't really remember. I think there is, but maybe they're thinking it's a secret. It's like special one. Keys select particular weapons. Cannot use the keypad keys for this selection. Firing. Yeah, this was still the era that you only had one firing form. I think it wasn't until Unreal that you could have a secondary firing by pressing right mouse button. Well, maybe some games before Unreal allowed secondary ammo. shots hit a bad guy, you'll see splattering blood. Don't worry if the enemies are higher or lower than you. You can see a monster, you can shoot it. Yeah, it's not a 3D game, full 3D game, so there's no y-axis, even though it's like pseudo 3D, but still it doesn't really matter how high anything is. It's just there's an auto aim in y-axis. You have a maximum limit in the amount of ammo you can carry too. So when you find a weapon that you already possess, don't scorn it. Picking it up also gives you ammo. Alright. Yeah, arrow keys are used for movement. Double click mouse button too. So there's no jump. Tip: when you're comfortable playing the game, try using the keyboard and the mouse simultaneously. The mouse provides fine control for aiming your weapon. You need to smoothly rotate it right and left, while the keyboard permits you to activate the many useful functions of the game. Yeah, it was a new thing for gamers to use a mouse and keyboard at the same time. Many games in the 80s only used keyboard. Mouse was like only used for like click point and click adventures. Dangerous Doom environment. Some parts of the Doom environment can be more dangerous than the monsters you'll face. Areas containing exploding barrels, radioactive waste, or crossing ceilings should be approached with caution. Exploding barrels. Scattered around the base are drums containing fuel, toxic waste, or some other volatile substance. If your shots hit one of these barrels, it's kablooey time. It might take several bullets to set off a barrel, but a single blast of any of the other weapons usually does the trick. Slime and other radioactive waste. Many of the areas in Doom contain pools of dangerous liquids that will damage you if you walk through them. There are several varieties of waste, each doing an increasing amount of damage. Looks fluid. If it looks fluid, beware. It's never explained why they are like these pools of toxic waste. They're supposed to have like a professional, like a base here, and so it should probably plan to do something else for this toxic waste and just make a pools of them. Whoever was the head of the UAC project wasn't like environmental guy. Crushing ceilings. Some of the ceilings of Doom can smash you, making you cry blood. Often you'll be able to see the ceiling moving before you go under it, but not always. Be careful and save up often. Tips: barrels can often be the most devastating weapon in your arsenal, delivering a body blast explosion to all nearby purgatory pedestrians. So almost like reading a Donkey Kong Country or Rare manual with the like rhyming purgatory pedestrians, rhyming sentences. Wait until several evil guys get next to a barrel and blast away at the can, then watch them all go boom. Not an armor. Keep an eye on your health or you'll end up face down. Steam bags. Many games use steam bags. I think Max Payne used painkillers, but steam back is like very often. I'm not quite sure. Is steam back what was it's in Finnish. Steam back. Stimulation delivery package. Is that like a... Is that like a pre-existing term? Like medical personnel use steam packs? Where does this term... What's the etymology of this steam pack? Etymology. Widely recognized in science fictions. Popularized by Fallout video game, but yeah. So it seems to... doesn't seem to be in existing other in real world steam pack. So it's just used in video games for some reason. And I wonder if this is like the first time steam pack is used. Sometimes it's a pack with CK, but in Fallout it's pack without C. Medikits, armor, lightweight Kevlar vest. It's perfect for riot control. Combat armor. Duty jacket composed of titanium derivative, useful for protection against real firepower. Then you're gonna face. If you're wearing armor, you will pick up a replacement suit if it provides more protection than what you're now wearing. Power-ups. Other bits of challenging electronics may be found in Doom. Most of these are pretty doggone handy, so grab them when able. These special items have a duration of either the entire level or specific amount of time, or just provide an instant benefit. Few of them affect your game screen, so you can tell they're active. For example, when you pick up a radiation suit, the game screen turns green. As the suit deteriorates, the screen will flash. This is a hint to get out of the radioactive ooze now. That's protection against radioactivity, heat and other low-intensity forms of energy. Basically, these suits enable you to wade through the radioactive ooze without taking damage. When the suit holds out, your screen will have a greenish tint. Berserk packs. Heal you plus act as a super adrenaline rush and noticeably boosting your muscle power. Kill frenzy! Since you're already a pretty meaty guy, this enhanced strength lets you tear ordinary dolts limb from limb, and you can even splatter those demons without too much trouble. However, you will got to use your fist attack to get the benefit of the berserk attack bonus. When you become berserk, the screen will briefly turn red. There's one level. What do you mean? I think it's time based as well. Backpacks increase the amount of ammo you can carry. In addition, whenever you find a backpack, you receive extra ammunition. Computer maps. or handy find updating your auto map with a complete map of the entire area, including all the secret. So you haven't been able to. Whereas you haven't been to our map in grey. Wait a second, are these computer maps found in every level? But, you know, to find the secret areas, it like spoils the fun. On the other hand, if the computer maps are located in a secret area, then it kind of defeats its purpose. So I don't know. I have never seen it. I haven't played really Doom too much. I really remember if how often you get these computer maps. Probably not each level, as maybe only certain levels have one. I don't think the first level has a computer map pickup. Light amplification visors allow to see clearly in pitch dark. Artifacts. Health potions. Spiritual armor, a little extra protection. Few artifacts from the other dimension. Hell. Soul spheres are rarely encountered objects that provide a large boost to your health. Close encounter with one of these will feel healthier than ever. Blue artifacts are strange orbs that make it difficult for others to spot you. They still see you, but most of their attacks will be less than accurate. Yeah, I definitely haven't played Doom that much that I can't even remember. I think I've like beaten the first game years ago, but still I don't even remember getting these vulnerability artifacts are processed anomaly that render you immune to all damage. Pretty cool until the effect wears off. When you're invulnerable, your screen will be white. The punishment for being tough. Create dissension among demons by maneuvering them into a crossfire. If a bad guy is hit by another demon, he'll turn his rage towards the poor jerk with a beautiful aim. If this happens, let them at each other. It's always best to let the bad guy do the work for you. It's effective projectiles fight between demons of the same form. Yeah, always like when the enemies start killing each other. It also happens in Quake. The enemy. Some are just regular guys with a bad attitude, others are straight from hell. Some of the monsters you'll face aren't shown here. Don't say we didn't warn you. Former humans. Just a few days ago you were probably swapping war stories with one of these guys. Now it's time to swap some lead beside their head. Former human sergeants, same as above, but much meaner and tougher. This walking shotgun provides you a few extra holes if you're not careful. Imps. We thought an imp was a cute little dude in a red suit with a pitchfork. Where did these brown bastards come from? They heave balls of fire down your throat and take several bullets to die. It's time to find a weapon better than that pistol if you're going to face more than one of these SOBs. Son of a bitch. Demons. Sort of like a shaved gorilla. Except with horns and a big head, lots of teeth and harder to kill. Don't get too close or they'll rip your fragging head off. Freaking, I don't know. Spectres, great. Just what you needed, an invisible nearly monster. Yeah, I hate these. Lost souls, dumb, tough, flies, on fire, enough said. Cacodemons. Yeah, these are classic Doom. It's like a Deodro. It's like some kind of a form. Okay. 20 Dado. Kako drown. It's like dodecadedron, but there's, I don't know if there's like cacodeedron for a regular ball shape. They float in the air, belch ball lightning, and boast one hell of a big mouth. You're toast if you get too close to these monstrosities. Barons of hell, tough as a dump truck, and nearly as big. These Goliaths are the worst thing on two legs since Tyrannosaurus Rex. Note the above illustration are not strong to scale. Oh, wait a second. And that's the last page of the menu. There's no... Yeah, no notes like many Nintendo games allow, like notes taking for the last page. Especially, you know, you could like have cheat codes you could write down. There's no like mentioning about cheat codes or anything. So that was the manual for Doom, original Doom. I learned a couple of things from, so that's nice, about the backstory, and also a couple of commands. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.